called distribution network. समझते हैं distribution network होता क्या है? You remember I told you about a manufacturer sitting in Kashmir and he has to send the goods to Kanyakumari, right? Consumer is sitting there. So the product travels from Kashmir, where the factory is there, to Kanyakumari, where the consumer is sitting. In between, there are multiple parties who are involved. Who are the parties? A, there will be a big distributor who will do the sale to a chota size distributor, who will then sell to a chota size, wholesaler or a retailer. This is how it will flow from Kashmir factory to the consumer in the Kanyakumari. So if you look at distribution network, it is nothing but a journey of a product from the factory to the end consumer with multiple parties involved in sales, storage, transportation of the same. All these people who are involved are basically buying and selling till it reaches the end consumer. Alright, so यहाँ पे किस तरह के लोग involve होते हैं? I will show you in the next slide. This is a very simple diagrammatic explanation of distribution network. सबसे पहले product is produced in a factory and then it is sent to the carry and forwarding agent, CFA. Carry and forwarding agent is appointed by the company to perform the storage, infrastructure in billing, distribution, and taking care of the product. It is safe, hygiene is maintained. All of these are done by the CFA. It is a formal agreement done by the company. For doing all these tasks, he takes a small commission. Normally, the commission is varying in 2 to 4%. It depends on the kind of products or goods that the margin will vary, but it necessarily is in single digit only. All right. So this is CFA. Then the CFA has to bill and send to the authorized distributors or authorized super stockist. Authorized distributor कौन है? Authorized distributors are the channel partners appointed by the salesperson of the team of the company. Salesperson appoints the distributor in order to supply the stock against the order in the market that the sales guy has picked up. Now the distributor also does the same role that of a CFA but on a small scale, and for that he does not get a commission but he gets a fixed margin which is given by the company itself. So the billing takes place from CFA to the authorized distributor or to the authorized super stockist, right? उसके बाद आता है wholesaler. होलसेलर क्या है? वो भी एक छोटा सा रिटेलर काइंड ऑफ पर्सन है. रिटेलर कौन है? जो बहुत सारे कंपनीज का प्रोडक्ट रखता है अपनी दुकान पे, so that consumers or customers can walk in, buy the product and consume it. All right, we'll see each of the words or the terms and we'll try to understand in details. All right, some of the important terms. Factory. Factory is a location where all FMCG goods are manufactured and packed. Factory एक premise है कंपनी का जहां पे goods are manufactured and packed. How is it packed? It is packed in a corrugated box or in a plastic wraps. Why is it done so? Because the product has to be kept safe, and as it will be transported from Kashmir to Kanyakumari, there are a lot many hands who will touch the product. It needs to be safe and it needs to be hygiened. Therefore, The final packing is in the corrugated box or in the plastic wrap. Okay. Now, normally the factory ships the good or transports the good to the CFA as per the demand plan which has come from the market, and everything takes place in a very systematic manner so that their supply chain is absolutely healthy and hygienic. All right. Moving forward and trying to see carry and forwarding agent. Carry and forwarding agent is a third party agent that is in the agreement with the company's policies and norms. स्टोर बेसिकली सीएफए का एक रोल है, वो क्या है? टू स्टोर एंड डिस्पैच द गुड्स टू द ऑथराइज्ड डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर. द सीएफए इज रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर वेयर हाउसिंग. उसके पास जो इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर है उसमें वेयर हाउसिंग, ट्रांसपोर्टिंग, bill generation, all of these has to be done, and it has to be further sent to the market. These product comes directly from the company, all right, directly from the factory. CFA breaks the bulk of the pallet of the corrugated boxes and aligns the transporters on behalf of the company. What does it mean? It means कि एक बहुत बड़ा मास्टर कार्टन में पैकिंग हुई है, उस मास्टर कार्टन बॉक्स को ओपन करके उसके जो सिंगल केसेस हैं उसके हिसाब से फर्दर इट हैज टू बी बिल्ड एंड ट्रांसपोर्टेड टू द डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर्स. एंड इन ऑर्डर टू डू दिस, व्हाट ऑल द एक्टिविटीज, warehousing, transportation, billing of the goods, and then further sending it to to the distributors or the super stockist. ये सारा एक्टिविटी करने के लिए the CFA is paid a percentage commission of the overall sales for its service. Alright? इसका मतलब क्या है? ये जो percentage commission है, that normally is 2 to 4%. Normally is 2 to 4%. Exceptionally is more than 4% or 6% or 9%. But itna hota nahi hai. Normally it is, even in some cases it is 1%. Look at the volumes of business that is catered by CFA. 50 crore, 100 crore in a month. And 2% of 100 crore is big amount. So CFA operates on percentage commission of the overall sales for which it gives or renders services. Now, the next is authorized distributor. As I told you, CFA is appointed by the company directly. However, authorized distributor or the super stockist is appointed by the sales team of the company. Right? This is done almost in every small town, city, or different part of cities. Why this is done? Jitna zyada distributor, utna zyada penetration of goods. All right. So it is very, very important that the penetration of goods takes place in a different part of the country. It supplies the company's goods to the retailer and wholesaler in the designated area in exchange for commission from the company. This commission from the company is called margins. Right? This word commission over here is basically margins. All right? The distributor has to provide infrastructures such as godown, delivery vehicle, delivery and billing manpower, and also the salesman to ensure distribution of goods in the market. The distributor is bound by the company's policies of sales and distribution in the market and storage norms of the product. What does it mean? It means that there is a company policy that has to be abided by the distributor in order to do the sales and distribution in the market. All the norms like product has to be kept in certain condition. For example, if it is the ambient product, it has to be kept in the case in vertical alignment. If it is a cold storage product, it has to have a minus 18 or minus 22 temperature in which the product has to be kept so that the product is safe and absolute hygiene is maintained. Right? आगे बढ़ते हैं. Authorized super stockist कौन होते हैं? Authorized super stockist basically just like distributor होते हैं, but these are the people who operates normally from the rural market, and as because the area is larger and sporadic, meaning बहुत ज़्यादा एक साथ नहीं है, but sporadically यहाँ वहाँ ऐसे करके अलग अलग market places हैं. To cater to such rural market, a special area of the rural market, this business is done by the authorized super stockist, and we call it as business fragmented into micro markets. मतलब छोटे छोटे मार्केट्स हैं जिनको प्रोडक्ट पहुंचाना पड़ता है. तो एक सिटी जैसा डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर एक गाड़ी लेकर के निकला और सर्विस करके आ जाएगा. That normally does not happen. That's why authorized super stockist is appointed in the rural market. All right. A super stockist does not have to service retailer or wholesalers in the local market. The stockist is in the relevant areas that are under him services the individual market for distribution. राइट इसका मतलब क्या है, सुपर स्टॉकिस्ट जो है उनको रिटेलर या होलसेलर को नॉट नेसेसरली काम करना है, बट इनके एरिया में जितने भी इंडिविजुअल मार्केट्स हैं वहां पे डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन इनको करने की आवश्यकता है. द फंडामेंटल difference between super stockist and a distributor is that distributor normally operates in the urban part of the country and super stockist operates in the rural part of the country. Now let us see who a wholesaler is. Wholesaler is an outlet. Normally ये wholesaler जो है वो एक शहर में या एक जगह बैठते हैं एक दुकान लेकर के. They sit in their shop which is at such a place where most different companies salesperson comes and have a discussion to sell their company's product. They operate not just with one company but with multiple companies. Their specialty is that they offer credit and also deliveries to the customer. So what they demand with the parent company or with the sellers is that if they could give a cash discount so that it can add on some more margins to the wholesaler, and that makes it a viable business. And if you look at the overall, wholesalers do not sell a retail packet or the open case packets. They sell the product as case to case or bulk pack as as a unit, because they are the wholesalers and not the retailers. Now look at the retailer. Who is a retailer? A retailer is a person who has his own outlet, normally classified as large kirana, small kirana, general stores, chemist, restaurants, hotel, pawn shops, mom and pop stores, supermarkets, etc. These retailers are basically located where most population or densely populated area exist. Like if you stay in a society, there will be one retail outlet just close to your society, because they have to cater to such dense population. Only then they would be able to rotate their product and money, and that's how he would be able to make more business. So a retailer in his outlet has got hundreds of SKUs and brands depending on the channel it specializes in and the types of customer it caters to. All right, now the retailer normally operates on a margin which is roughly about 12 to 15%. In good case situation, it is 15 to 20%. But these days, little higher margins also goes in a specialized kind of product, which is ice cream or frozen goods, or these modern days food products, which is ready to fry, ready to serve, ready to eat. These categories are operating at a relatively higher margins than the normal margins.